So this video is called 20 free games coming in 2026. Now some of them are coming in January, so pay attention.
Every January, I look forward at the best free-to-play games coming in the year ahead. I found over 50 of them, and I've whittled them down to a definitive list of the best 20 free games of 2026, across as many genres as I could find, from open-world RPGs to intense shooters,
we play some
from
of them.
survival games to sports games, and it's shocking how many anime games are coming out. All the expected dates and platforms are in the description if you want to know where you can play. I'm Adam. Hello there. Let's do this. First up, the game everyone is calling anime GTA, Ananta. I've been following this game for years now without any real release date in mind, yet thanks to a Kotaku interview, we now know the game is being aimed towards a release date later this year, with the earliest we could see it in July. In terms of gameplay, Ananta blends countless other games into this open world of Nosfery.
It will, obviously, if this game, I think, is going to be working only if the game allows to be multiplayer, like to be able to invite friends into the game. If it is a single gamer and doesn't allow any mods or anything, I don't think there's going to be so much successful. I think it's going to be GTA anime style, but if this game doesn't allow multiplayer or anything crazy, I don't think it's going to be successful. I think they're going to be like a hub at the beginning, and then it's going to die, and then it's going to be like, oh, another new game anime style has been released. Oh great, we're gonna play that one as well. But I'm really expecting this one. I want to play it. I really want to play this one. And if it is released as a free game, there's gonna be like cosmetics, like cars and skins and stuff. But I really hope it's not a pay-to-win games. It looks like a Hoyoverse game. It's not a Hoyoverse game.
The city, the web slinging of Spider-Man, the tech hacking skills.
Of course I want to play it. Of course I want to play. I'm not saying like it's not going to be fun. It looks a lot of fun. But my real question is the hype going to be remaining, or is it just going to be lost in the story?
Of Watch Dogs, the side quests of something like Yakuza, and the core moment-to-moment gameplay is most like GTA, including the character switch mechanic. The sheer volume of things to do is staggering, and that's not even mentioning the story campaign. We play as a supernatural investigator looking for paranormal events in the city. Our main goal is to subdue the mysterious force known as Chaos. There is supposedly no gacha elements in Ananta, with characters being unlocked through story missions. And there's so much to talk about in this game that I'm going to do a separate breakdown video in the next few weeks.
That's great that they haven't no gacha. Yeah, I like it. Yes, I accept the no gacha. Yes. Thank you for not putting gacha. Yes. If I put money in your game, I want to have what I want. I'm placing actual money. I imagine that the pay things that are going to be adding are skins. Maybe like, oh, this rare weapon or this skin, this legendary skin, stuff like that. But I expect to be not gacha, because this game doesn't have the looks to have to be a gacha. What's this history? I hear here no gacha. It doesn't have gacha. That's what I thought. It wasn't going to be having, but I wasn't 100% sure confirmed. And now this confirms it. I like it that it doesn't have gacha. And yes, we need more of that. No more gacha, guys. I'm sorry if you're addicted to this, but literally gacha is being... I feel like it's stealing money. One thing is like if you accept it, that's okay. But I feel like, again, everything is a subscription. Everything is a gacha. How much money do I have to place just to get something? I need this. And now we need to know if it is multiplayer. I think it's going to be multiplayer, but I don't think it's going to be so free. I think it's going to be more like, if I invite you to my world, you're going to have the things of my world, and if I visit your world, I got the things of your world. Like, if you haven't unlocked something, I won't have it if I visit you.
So if Ananta looks like a game you want to play, be sure to check back for our deep dive. Coming much sooner than that is another anime-inspired world of Fate Trigger, coming in Q1 in fact, so between January and March. Fate Trigger is a hero-based tactical shooter with Battle Royale as its core mode, but if that doesn't...
Fortnite anime.
Float your boat, we've been promised other game modes will be coming in, starting with Team Deathmatch. Gameplay is both third person and first person. When we move around, the camera is behind us, showing us as much detail in the world as possible, and then when we aim our weapon, it seamlessly switches to first person. Gunplay is definitely important, but Fate Trigger is more than a shooter, as each character has unique abilities, from spotting and tagging foes, to claiming the high ground instantly, or summoning cover to hide behind.
Fortnite with anime characters, and the only difference is depending on the character you choose, they have abilities. Pass. Thank
The
you,
sheer
Nerfy, for
amount
the
of
lurk.
ways of synergy. Let's take
Next
a break
one.
from anime to look at a pirate
Yes!
RPG, Sea of Remnants. The art style is described as pirate punk, as we set sea in a huge open world, battling monsters and hunting for treasure. The exploration looks similar to Sea of Thieves, and depending on the boss fight, Sea of Remnants plays more like a Persona game, or Expedition 33. The trailers...
The battle combat is like Persona or Expedition 33. If the battle combat is like Expedition 33, that's amazing. If it's more like Persona, I hope it's more like Expedition 33.
are using music videos to
I'm
display
really curious
the
about
action,
this
which
one.
explains why there's always...
I thought it was going to be pay. I think it was going to be a pay once and you get to play it, but this is on the free category, which is crazy. And now here comes the question: what are you going to be paying? Because we are so traumatized of people putting money, gacha, subscriptions, and everything that here's the question: what is going to be the pay here? Now it's a pirate theme, kind of exploration, kind of like Sea of Thieves. So, two outcomes: or is there going to be a battle pass or skins? I think I think this game aims for more like skins, for like get this ship out of gold and to shoot. I don't like battle pass. Again, another gacha, another subscription. I hate paying every month just to use something. I'll pay you one time. I think this game aims for more skins in gacha. Like, oh, you want a big boat? You gotta play a gacha, you're gonna roll the box and see if you get it.
Lyrics in the bottom corner of the screen, which is pretty unique. On the seas we can go alone, but this is most definitely designed as a co-op experience and a true action RPG.
Co-op.
While exploring, we can meet over 300 NPC characters, which, if we like, we can recruit to our ship. And we've been told that when night falls, all the tougher enemies and harder raids become available, making a day-night cycle that actually means something again. Sea of Remnants is going for a 2026 release, but I don't think it'll hit that. I hope I'm proved wrong.
I don't know if they're going to be releasing this year. I hope so, because they released a little gameplay video. Graphics amazing. Story looks good. It's a turn-based game. But the co-op, I don't know how it's going to be working, because the battleships, like when you're on the boat where there are two ships fighting, on battleships, it's action combat. You move around, you shoot and everything. But when they are on ground, it's a turn-based game, so it's a mix of both, which is great. Now, co-op, how you're going to make it? I don't know. Maybe they're gonna be like something: invite friend to lobby and. If you start a fight, you have to turn base. I don't know. It's hard to make.
Coming much sooner,
yeah.
in fact on January 26th, is Highguard. This was the one last thing at the Game Awards, and the internet totally melted down with hatred, probably because it wasn't Half-Life 3. Highguard is described as a first-person PvP raid shooter. The example given in the footage was a castle siege, where the attackers first had to claim a powerful sword in the middle of the map, and then use that to summon in a battering ram to break through to the next objective. So ultimately, we aren't just running around shooting freely, we have to play the objective, so Battlefield players should be better at this than Call of Duty players. No shade intended.
Pass.
Highguard is made by some of the devs who helped create Titanfall and Apex Legends, so this has oodles of potential. Being a horse-riding arcane gunslinger sounds pretty good to me. Coming January 26th.
January 26th. I don't think I'll be playing it, but probably it's going to be a hype and a lot of community, but from my side, I pass. Foxy, how you doing? Mwah, shout out for the most sexy, beautiful Foxy that we have here, Foxy Lily. I love everyone calls her Lily. I call her Foxy. Foxy Lily. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I love you. We're watching free games that are going to be coming in 2026, and a lot of them are coming in January. And Cult of the Lamb is going to release a DLC in January 2022. January 22. The DLC is going to be released, and of course I'm going to be playing. I'm a huge fan of Cult of the Lamb. I love it. I love Cult of the Lamb, and I'm happy there's going to be a release close to my birthday. So yeah.
Sports fans, we have a few offerings for you this year. First up is Goals, a
Who wants
football
to hear
game
about
which is
football?
mainly arcadey in style but is packed with simulation traits like organising the team tactics and choosing your ideal team. And this is all based around a core mechanic of opening mystery card packs and every player over 12. I'm currently running beta builds on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Another football game is Super Ball, which is football but in the future, but really it's Rocket League without wheels. Coming to PS5 in 2026, but it's out right now in early access on PC and Xbox. The core difference to Rocket League is the characters. Each of our heroes has their own abilities to use on the field, and the holy grail is using those abilities alongside your team abilities to use on the field.
Damn, boy! She never skipped leg day! Damn, boy! Going to the gym, just do leg day wasn't enough. She now got the extra long boob.
And the holy grail is using those abilities alongside your teammates to bamboozle the opposition completely. From what I read on the forums, the netcode has already been improved vastly, so Super Bowl could keep growing in 2026. Take a look at World of Tanks Heat, a vehicular warfare game set in an alternate world after World War II. A new type of war has begun where everyone uses a high-tech tank. In 5-on-5 or 10 versus 10, we team up and select our tank, and of course each one has its own strengths and weaknesses, forcing players to think about the makeup of the entire team. Game modes include overtime person shooters. There's another game doing a very similar thing at a very similar time. This is Loaders, a 10-on-10 battlefield where all cover can be destroyed, blasting through rock, shattering walls, ploughing through sand dunes, which dynamically change the terrain. These vehicles are anti-gravity tanks that are totally customizable from the defensive options to the basics.
Another time game, but this is more fantasy. Another anime game. Let's go. Okay, show me what is this.
Anime games in a whole minute, so let's do that now. Neverness to Everness. Earlier I called Ananta Anime GTA. Well, in fact, this open world gacha RPG wants that title too. We live in a bustling city where supernatural entities live side by side with humans. Our job is to investigate those anomalies, and if they're dangerous, we must neutralize the threat. Each narrative point is in its own chapter, and each one has its own vibe. So one minute you'll be playing through a spooky horror story, and then the next mission will be more like a comedy. The vibe changes constantly. Neverness to Everness is packed with things to do, like journeying to the arcade to play a spot of Tetris. We haven't looked at combat, but
oh yeah, I'm gonna go get the game to play Tetris.
But I think the visuals speak for themselves, which looks a lot like all the other free-to-play anime games to me. If you've played it, please let us know the difference. Anyway, the final.
There's a big problem that is happening. There is a lot of anime style good-looking flashing games that none of them are being highlighted nowadays. When Genshin Impact came out, it was impressive. It was insane for me because I haven't seen an open world anime style game ever before. Like every time I used to play an anime game, it was like, oh, turn based, or go walk around this small square that you are only capable of. When Genshin came out and it was an actual combat, like action combat, not turn based, and open world, and I was capable of doing whatever I want at any time. It was beautiful and magical for me, and it was free and it was mind-blowing. I didn't mind the gacha at the moment, but now like there's a lot of exact new anime that look exactly, they look the same, all flashy, great flashy designs, but they look the same. So now they don't have any special in it. Like there's so much of this free game anime gacha. I understand that you need the money because you're giving it for free, but I want something different. Like it's no longer unique. most of the time when I see this game anime good looking with good graphics, I know that the gameplay is gonna suck. Because 90% of these anime games are like, oh, we're gonna show you on the trailer the action combat, you fighting this boss, for example, this moment that she's fighting this boss, and the action combat looks amazing. But when you download the game and you actually play it, you're gonna face 5 hours of a cinematic that nobody cares. You cannot skip it. You're gonna talk for the next 10 hours to a lot of NPCs, and you cannot skip the dialogue. You're gonna go from point A to point B to deliver a glass of milk to an NPC. You're gonna talk to another NPC. You're gonna spend 3 hours on the menu doing the setup, blah 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 blah. And that fucks up the game, and that is so boring. That's what I hate. They show you the actual combat, and then when you actually have the game, it's all that cinematics, dialogues. Talk to this NPC, go over here, go over there, fight the same boss 15 times so that you can maybe get the item that allows you to upgrade your weapon. And there is a chance that you might get the status that you need. And if you didn't get it, you're gonna fight the same boss 30 more times. I'm like, oh. Why do you destroy your game with those mechanics that suck so much? Same thing that happened with Sunless Zone, the Sit. The trailer was all about the action combat, and then they released it, and it was all dialogue, cinematics, and the TV puzzle thingy, which they hated. And thankfully, Sunless Zone Zero, exactly. Thankfully, they got rid of the TV puzzle thingy, but I'm here for the action, and you just constantly remove it. Genshin Impact, I love it, but I hate that I cannot skip dialogues, and I'm constantly hitting the spacebar like a fucking maniac, and I cannot skip it. And this is why I don't get high for this kind of games. It's a gacha, so if I probably had to go and fight this boss like 100 times just so I can get an item, so I probably get the item that I want.
Anime games to me. If you've played it, please let us know the difference. Anyway, the final tests are happening right now, checking if PlayStation 5 players can play alongside PC players without any technical issues, and also checking if cross progression works perfectly with mobile players too. Neverness to Everness is expected to launch in Q1 of 2026, so we should hear more before March.
I expect that this game is going to be hype at the moment, and they're gonna pay for the big streamers in YouTube channels to play it and promote it, and after that nobody's going to play it again, and we're going to continue with our lives.
Later in the year is Once Human, a PC game from last year which is coming to both PS5 and Xbox Series. Once Human is a multiplayer open world survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world. I know you've heard that many times over the years, so here's the intriguing part. An extraterrestrial substance can be found in the world called stardust, and if we spend too long around it, it reduces our sanity and eventually transforms people into heart-stopping beasts and creatures. P players too count objects that will get our chance ourselves later this year. Back here in January, another PC game finally comes over to console, as 2XKO hits PS5 and Xbox Series. In this one, we are taking the characters from another Riot game, League of Legends, and forcing them to fight one another. The reason it's called 2XKO is because there's 2 players per team trying to knock out KO their opposition. This is made for you and a friend to play together and tag team attacks. But there is also a solo mode too, which keeps that team mechanic. The game comes with an in-depth training mode to perfect combos and master moves in frame analysis. PS5 and Xbox, you'll get this on January 20th. And speaking of Riot Games and League of Legends, a new refresh is coming to League in 2027 that will reimagine the source material to bring in new players. So if you've wanted to try but never really figured out how to get involved, this could be the moment for you. They will rewrite the game's foundations to allow faster updates in future dropped across all platforms. League of Legends Wild Rift was the mobile version of this, and it was going to become a console game, but it was cancelled as the touchscreen controls didn't translate to controller as well as they wanted. And the other side of the issue is the amount of buttons needed for the PC version is instantly too complex for casual players.
This is something that I already knew about it. No, wait, no, I don't. No, I already knew about this way before I watched this video. I knew about this what? Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. I knew that League of Legends is going to release League of Legends 2. I knew this before watching this video. You done? I'm not going to convince you. I'm just letting you know the news about it. If you want to know about your enemy, you need to study about your enemy. Now shut the fuck up. This is something that I've been talking about with my friends. My friends play League of Legends. That League of Legends is so complex. It has so many characters, items, systems, movements, that it became so complex that it's impossible for you to remember everything. You don't remember all of the champions, or all of the abilities, or all the items, or all the runes even. The game is so complex that to explain it for someone new, it's impossible. So there is no new game, there's no new players coming into the platform, because it's complex, it's toxic, and it's like 100% complicated to learn new things. So I knew that League of Legends is going to, I don't know if it's going to shut down League of Legends original, but I know they're going to be releasing League of Legends 2, which is going to fix, technically it should fix a lot of the problems, which is toxicity, the level of complexity, and be able to make it more friendly user. Because again, nobody believes that this game has new players. They believe that every new account is created, it's just an account from someone who already plays it, and they're just like yeah. I had a power outage, so I had to leave. Oh, bye, Atom. And I don't want to play this. I currently don't want to play it. It is installed in my computer, but I don't want to play it. First thing first, because I want to give my arm a break from so many clicks. But another thing is that I think, yeah, League of Legends is so complex that, damn. This is something that I talk to them, is that if you play League of Legends, you need to stay updated constantly. You need to watch a YouTube channel giving you the updates of who's getting buffed, who's getting nerfed, what items are useful, which ones are not, which should buy, what should use. Caleb Robert, thank you so much for the follow. Highly appreciate it. Welcome. Hello, I see you. Hello, hi. Hello, Caleb. Welcome. But yeah, League of Legends is going to be releasing League of Legends 2. And they're gonna make like a big wipe and clean to everything.
So 2027 will change all that, and hopefully League of Legends becomes less frightening to be a new player of. A game expected to make a huge impact in 2026 is Unending Dawn. It's another gacha game, but unlike all the others I've played, this has deep and challenging combat. Essentially, Unending Dawn blends Genshin Impact
Dark Souls anime
with hardcore Souls-like combat to create a dark apocalyptic open world following the Cataclysm. A super unforgiving game with a high skill level where timing attacks and parries is paramount. Just over a year ago, following investment from Sony, Unending Dawn went dark on social media, and have only posted once since then to ensure gamers the game is indeed coming. But just look at it, this could be revolutionary for both gacha games and Souls-like games. I'll keep you posted as soon as we know more. Do you remember Quantic Dreams, the team behind amazing games like Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human? Well, their next game is a MOBA, Spellcasters Chronicles, a real-time strategy battle arena in which we play as powerful mages fighting each other for control of the Source, a mysterious energy that can change reality and fate. In teams of 3 we cast magic, summon minions, buildings, and even god-tier titans. Everything in this game depends on territory, so we have to claim more land to be able to summon our legions, and thus expanding territory is the only way to win. Each game lasts up to 25 minutes. Spellcasters Chronicles is currently in early beta on PC, with more info about other platforms expected in the summertime. Another January game now, one coming for the Genshin Impact audience. Take a look at 7 Deadly Sins Origin. Set in a fully open world, we dive into this official anime universe of Britannia as Prince Tristan. The original manga sold over 55 million copies.
Genshin Impact plus 7 Deadly Sins.
So even if you're new to it, like me, it's very much an established franchise. And yet, we will see a brand new story unfold in the game. We explore and put together a roster of heroes with unique abilities to fight a host of fantasy and sci-fi beings. Not everything is about large-scale fights. The exploration in this world has us doing smaller things, like choosing a mount. We capture animals from pigs to mythical dragons to become our travel companions. If this hits like Genshin Impact did, we have another behemoth of a game to enjoy, releasing on January 28th.
Oh.
Remember Mecha Break?
For only PlayStation 5?
Behemoth of a game to enjoy.
Yeah, it looks only for PlayStation 5. Co-op, open world RPG. Co-op. I repeat, co-op. Yeah, it's a Genshin Impact. If you have PlayStation 5, you know now.
Joy, releasing on January 28th. Remember Mecha Break? It released in July 2025 and forced PlayStation players to sit out for a whole year. Well, the game kinda failed, and now the dev team are looking at the anniversary on July 1st, 2026 as the relaunch day for Mecha Break 2.0. The online team-based shooter that sees combatants jump into enormous Gundam-style mechs based itself around 3 principles. Defensive mechs could soak up more damage than others, support tanks could heal whilst on the battlefield, and offensive tanks could dish out more damage over time. Super simple, and it looked pretty good, yet over time it went from 80,000 players to just 1,000 players, and the devs feel like they know how to right this ship. We'll find out more during the year, but we expect July 1st, Mecha Break's anniversary, to be the day it is relaunched alongside the PlayStation 5 version. And
this game is already available. If you're interested, it's on Steam. It's free.
an early access game on PC is coming to PS5 this
Oh, we played this one on stream! And I called it before! Yes!
year. Dungeon Stalkers, a free-to-play PvPvE dungeon crawler. As we
Here's the thing about this game. First thing first, Dungeon Stalkers. I like the idea that is, I don't know if it is original, but I haven't seen this strategy so many times that if you haven't know, you basically choose a character. You got a wizard, warrior, support, and a lot of characters like ninja, paladins, blah 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 blah, and you get to choose which version you want. You can go and get into a dungeon and fight monsters. You loot those items and you take them to your base. When you're in the base, you can use those items that you got to build, expand, upgrade your weapons, upgrade your armor, and unlock better various things. Now this is great because you go and it is like a dungeon. Like, oh, I need wood. Then you go to the dungeon and you gather wood and you fight monsters and stuff. And then you have another option which is basically the same. You go to the dungeon, there's enemies like monsters, but there's also the option to fight other players. So maybe if you find another player, you can just kill it, steal everything that they have, or you can join forces and loot together if you don't stab each other on the way. Downsides about this game, well, good thing it's free. Bad size, there were a lot of comments about this game that for every season, it will erase all of your progress. Even if you place money and even if you paid for something, you lose everything.
we venture into dungeons and begin our hunt.
It is basically like this. Like, you go to a dungeon, you find monsters, you can unlock characters. Yes, the female characters have big badunkas, and you can see everything. Not everything, but it is stream friendly. Because a lot of people have been streaming this game already. But that's the downside. The downside about this one is that a lot of players were complaining that nobody was playing it, so it was filled with bots, and those bots are like extremely OP, and it's like you can barely destroy them because they move perfectly. You lose all of your progress for each season. So if you pay, there's 2 options. There's a monthly subscription or a one-time payment, which I love it. I love that you gave me the option to pay one time and I receive like rewards. For example, if you die and someone loots your body, you have the option to recover your items, the most important ones. There was also this problem that players were mentioning, that there isn't any balance. So maybe if you're starting playing the game and you want to get loot, you want to loot stronger items, you go and then you fight a level 100 player against a level 2 player, and it makes no sense because one hit and you're done. Or maybe you're just looting and all of a sudden, pop, you're dead. You're dead and you lost everything. You're gone. Start from zero, and it fucking sucks. It's not fun. So it wasn't fair. There was a lot of hackers as well, so nothing balanced. And again, they weren't happy about the idea that at the end of the season you lose absolutely everything, even paid content, and you had to pay again and you had to get all over again. Nobody liked it, and that was the things that why we didn't play this game. We didn't consider play it. And also it became repetitive. Like, if you don't want to play against NPCs like monsters on the dungeon, the only option that you have is fight against other players, and it is literally a PvP against other players. This game, the main content is about fight against other players, but it is no fun that if you just go and say hi and you immediately die.
For treasures, avoiding traps, and fighting off minions that protect them. All the while other players are doing the same thing, and eventually you'll bump into each other. Dungeon Stalkers has the same fear of loss as extraction shooters do, as an ambush could happen at any second. The community has continued to give feedback, with combat the main sticking point due to how slow and tactical it is. Dungeon Stalkers currently has mixed reviews on PC Early Access, and we expect many of these things to be rectified before the official launch. So
that's the thing that everyone has been expecting. There's a little bit of hope because it hasn't been released yet. Like, this is the beta, this is the version that we managed to play, and it's still available on Steam. If you want to test it for yourself, it's on Steam and it's free. And they are saying that on the release they're gonna change a few things. I will hope that they fix the problems and they listen to the community. If they don't listen to the community, it's not going to succeed, and it's a shame.
Oh, how many open world gacha anime games have been in this video so far? I honestly can't keep up. So here's another one, Silver Palace. This time we are in a Victorian steampunk city and play as
the art style of this one is beautiful, amazing. I love the art style. Now, let's watch the gameplay.
Everything we see has been evolved by a new rare element called Silverium, and every power-hungry official wants to control it, some hidden in the shadows. Tensions have risen across the city, and we are tasked with sleuthing out the bad guys. There's also a supernatural element, as in the trailers, we can sense if people in the streets are hiding their true identities, like a werewolf. Looks pretty cool to me. Silver Palace is aiming for a 2026 release, and all the platforms are in the description. And back to
this one looks great because the gameplay looks cool. I like that it's an actual action combat. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based, except for Expedition 33, maybe some exceptions. Action combat is great. The art style is a little slightly different from what I've been getting fed lately. Unfortunately, it's a gacha game, so it's going to be, I think this is going to be like Genshin Impact, where you go around, open world, get the character, throw on the banner, see if you get the character, go around, and I really hope they don't fuck it up with so many cinematics and dialogues that you cannot skip, because again, why would you repeat the same mistake?
He's like a werewolf. Looks pretty in the description. And back to January one last time, as Arknight's Endfield arrives. This is a 2-in-1 action RPG and factory simulator, and somehow those two very different things work really well. We find ourselves on the moon resurrecting an old mining facility, and while it's pumping out resources, we are exploring Talos 2, finding secrets, defeating enemies, and keeping everything safe. Oh, and slowly unlocking our memories, because we have good old amnesia. The mix of action.
The good old strategy of amnesia. I am not a huge fan of when an anime starts to be like, you don't remember. I don't like it. It's like an old formula that has been used so many times, and you kind of keep squeezing more juice about it. I like when the idea of amnesia works if there's something, there's a big plot at the end. Genshin Impact is doing a good job because you can see why they got hit, why it got destroyed, what they remember, and you can see the why, and maybe it's going to impact a bigger thing at the end. But again, amnesia, woohoo!
And exploration with base building and management. Who thought it would be possible? Well, it is. Arknight's Enfield lands on January 22nd. And finally, a game that has been on this list for years now and always brings with it absolute confusion. Path of Exile 2. In 2026, this game will be finished and therefore it will be released for free. The isometric dungeon crawling RPG was so well received in paid early access, it's been there for over a year now. It's honestly absolutely worth the fee to play due to the depth of the character classes alone, but this video is about free games, so I checked the official line, and yup, 2026 is the year this beauty leaves early access and becomes what it promised to be all those years ago, a free game. And that was 20 free games coming in 2026.
Let's go! Path of Exile. Of all the list, the ones I'm really interested in was Path of Exile. Dungeon Stalkers. I want to hope that Dungeon Stalkers gets better. I really have hope that they listen to the community and fixes this. This game is a Korean game. I don't know if they're going to be reading what the English community have been saying. I don't know if the Korean community, what they said. But they're obviously going to listen this one first. What else? No. Which one? This one? No. Yes. No. Anata. I think Anata, I'm going to download it, play it on stream when all the hype is going to happen, and I probably stop playing it. This is my prediction. My prediction for this game is that I'm going to download it, I'm going to play it on stream when the hype comes out, when everyone's going to be talking about this. I'm gonna play it for a few days, for a few weeks, and then I'll never play it again, ever again, and I'm just going to watch YouTube videos about it, like if I want to know about something. Sea of Remnants, I really hope this game is as good as it looks, because it has a turn-based fighting style that they say that it looks kind of like Persona Expedition 33, which I'm really interested. And then we have the... it said that it was going to be co-op, so I don't know how it's going to be working. And it has like Sea of Thieves, so I am really interested about this one. Everyone's going to go hype with this one. I'm not going to play it. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested, 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 not interested. A little interested. Probably I'm going to download it and play it when the hype comes out. Stream it and then never play it again and not finish it. Not interested, interested. When is Deadlock releasing? Great question. Let me check. Deadlock release date. They were saying early 2026. Free to play. They haven't said a month. They haven't said when. They're just saying early 2026, so we don't know yet. Yeah, Deadlock, people have been telling me about this game. It's basically a shooting game. I saw people playing it. I saw the gameplay. The characters' designs are amazing. But Yeah, sure. Well, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, nah. Almost science. 1 decibels. Why? Jet noise. Thinking.